Hi, everybody. I'm going to give you a whirlwind tour of the course. The first thing I want to say, and this isn't to scare you away at all, because I want you all in this class and I want you all to succeed in this class, but it is going to be a lot of work. English 111 is a four contact hour course. You get 3 credits for it, and the fourth credit is a lab credit. The reason we've done that in the English division is that we found 111 students weren't succeeding at the same rates as they were in our other classes. So we thought with that extra hour, we could offer the support so that you get through this class the first time through with the skill sets that you need to succeed in 112. So I put a lot in here to help make that happen, including some resources which take you outside the course. And I'll talk quickly about those. So here's our course site. And if you haven't been in e-learning, which is a desire to learn site before, I'll walk you through the basics of it. Take some time to read this massively long first announcement very carefully. And there's a link at the bottom to Smarter Measure where you can also find that link elsewhere. Read this carefully. This lays out what you need to do in the course. It lays out some of the traps or issues you might stumble across as you get settled into the course. Number one thing you need to know to succeed in an online course is if you get confused, ask me immediately. Ask me the instant you have any questions. I'm going to show you where to do that first. If you click on discussions, you will see course communications and then help. The help forum is a place for you to ask questions about course content, about assignments, anything general. And I really do ask that you ask general questions here, and that if you've got a question, you come in and look at the help forum before you contact me or post. And the reason I say that, I'm developing this course for the first time. I've not taught 111 online I haven't taught it online before. I haven't taught online 111 for a while. I teach a lot online, but I really want to tackle a 111 again because I find it a very fun course to teach. But anyhow, I'm developing the course, so I'm a few weeks ahead of you. I've got the rest of the semester mapped out, but as I put things in, there may be mistakes. There might be dates that don't match up the way I want them to. There might be problems with a file I've uploaded which doesn't work, whatever, or just confusion about something in your textbook, or confusion about something in an assignment. If you ask here, there's a good chance some of your classmates have the same questions, so I can deal with their questions as well. They find the answer right away. Do not use this forum to ask about your grade or your specific essay, a draft, or something. That's stuff that you and I should talk about more privately, so send me an email for that. I'm not going out to campus in the spring summer semester regularly, so I don't have fixed office hours. And I actually don't have an office right now because I'm transitioning. I'm going back to the classroom after being division chair for a little while, so that's another issue. So what I would say is, if you need to meet me, just drop me an email, and we'll set something up. I'm more than willing to come out there and have a face-to-face meeting with you, honestly. And sometimes that's all that it takes to get somebody jump-started if they've gotten confused in the course. So ask. Number one reason people fail online courses is they get lost, they get confused, and they don't ask for help. Okay, I'm here to help you succeed. You will live in the content area of the course. This is home. You will check your grades over here sometimes, but this is where I want you to go. I do not want you clicking randomly over here to get to various parts of the course, because there may be something I've started, like a discussion board, which I'm in in the middle of developing, that you may stumble into and think you have to do or get confused by. Everything that I want you to have access to immediately is right here in this main course site. And I'll walk you quickly through what I want you to read. I just see a typo that I'll have to go back and fix before you actually get into the course. I'll leave it here because it will remind you that this is why it's important for you to post stuff. Should you see something that looks odd, because it could just be odd. It might not be you. First thing to do is come into the Getting Started General Course Materials module, read the syllabus, and then read through the general grading criteria for essays. This is what I'll be using to grade your essays, how I evaluate the essays. You don't start writing immediately, but we do pretty quickly. Student resources and responsibilities talks about student resources and responsibilities, things like the academic integrity policy, the disruptive student policy, plus the resources available for you, for example, if you have a documented disability. So take a look at that. We are going to be using a blog as a writing journal in the class. Now, I'm going to tell you how to share that only with me, because you'll be throwing your homework on there primarily. doing some reflecting, and I understand if you don't want that to be public. So look at the video. It will walk you through creating the blog and then show you how to set that for private viewing, and email me with giving me permission to come in. And then here is a link to Blogger, which is the tool we'll be using for that blog. Finally, there's a rubric for the discussion boards. Read this carefully before you make your first post. It will tell you really what you need to do to get what points you want to get in there. So how many times you need to respond to other student posts to get full points. What do you need to have in your initial post, the quality of the work there. So do that. Another resource we're using in this course is My Writing Lab. My Writing Lab is what I've added on really to make up that extra hour, that lab hour that we've got together. It is a self-paced tool that will help you identify where your writing needs work in areas from grammar and punctuation up to paragraphing, up to organization, whatever. And then it'll walk you through there. What I want you to do, the first thing you'll be doing is going in and creating a learning path. In other words, you'll take an assessment that will set certain parts of the course up for you to complete. By the end of the semester, I want you to reach mastery level in everything in your learning path. Now, if you're struggling with that, you can contact me and I can look at what you're doing. I will check in to see what you're doing regularly as well. But your goal should be to reach mastery with everything. If for some reason you're coming in with perhaps some skill issues in grammar and punctuation, maybe you'll struggle more and I can work with you to get additional help as well. The publisher has created walkthroughs of registering for My Writing Lab and then a video overview of My Writing Lab. But you can always ask me questions as well as you get going on that. Finally, I've got week 1 and week 2. All of your work for week 1 is laid out. Week 2, I have your checklist there. And both of these, this is where you kind of can take a look and see what is due when throughout the week. Each week's work will begin with one of these checklists. So this is where you should start. Everything you need to complete the checklist will be sitting in the modules as you need it. So as we approach week 2, I will link out to the appropriate discussion boards in here. I've got the checklist there right now in case you decide you want to read ahead. So that is it. I'll take us back to our announcements page, and I'll say again, this is going to be incredibly hard work this semester. You have to count on having, think about this, if this were a face-to-face class, you'd be on campus 8 hours a week just for the class, plus doing 2 or 3 hours of work outside of class. So dedicate time to this, but you can succeed even if you struggle if you come to me for help. I am here to support your learning. I would far rather see you succeed in the course than not succeed. And so reach out to me if you are confused, slipping behind, and I will see what I can do. If, as you get into the course, you discover that maybe it's too much for you, or if you complete Smarter Measure, which is part of the first week's assignment, which is an e-learning self-assessment, and realize that, jeepers, an online class really isn't for me, then drop early so that you're not dealing with financial aid issues down the road. As I said, if I can support you and help you stay in the course if at all possible, I will. But as you get in, if you do feel that you're struggling too much, talk to me. Talk to me first. Don't drop without talking to me. And then just be aware of the payment deadlines and everything so that you don't back yourself into a corner. But I do believe if you give it the time, you come to me with questions, you will succeed in this course. Okay, so hop into week 1 and let's get going.